Hey folks, this is Jake Davis with an on-the-fly review for you. And today I'm talking about The Running Man, released last weekend, directed by Edgar Wright, starring Glen Powell, Coleman Domingo, Josh Brolin, Michael Cera, William H. Macy, and Lee Pace. The whole setup here is set in a dystopic future. The rich are very rich and the poor are very poor, desperate to feed his very sick child. A man down on his luck and husband and father decides, without his family knowing, to volunteer for a game called The Running Man, with 3 contestants have 30 days to survive being hunted all over the city. If they survive a month, they get $1 billion. If they don't, well, it's a good run. Okay. Now, if you're like me, you went into this movie with expectations. Based on a Stephen King story, a Schwarzenegger remake. We don't get a lot of those for whatever reason. You got Glen Powell, up and coming young star, a lot to prove, very charismatic, not a guy you've seen do the same thing over and over again yet. And you got Edgar Wright, who's made some genuine modern day masterpieces. I guess Princess is in my video. Hey, Princess. Like Shaun of the Dead, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Baby Driver. These are great movies. So you went into this with high hopes, if you were like me. And like me, you'd be very wrong. This was bad. I think, my feeling I got off here was that they had written a show, and then they had to just trim it down to 2.5 hours. Had a lot of similar vibes to the Moana sequel last year. There's lots of characters who just drop in with exposition, and then they're just gone. The movie feels very, very episodic and repetitive, and really long-winded. There's not enough action in this movie, to be honest with you. And a lot of the cool stuff of people getting killed on the game all happens on screens and backgrounds. If it's not an actual shot, scene, a moment in your movie, you shouldn't put in the fucking trailers. That's false marketing. This movie was incoherent mess that far outstayed its welcome and found it's treated its audience with kid gloves, like we're too stupid to pay attention to the movie. Major problems with characters. I think his character, making him, he has a short temper and he can't keep a job, but they make out like it's not because of his short temper, it's because he's always gonna do the right thing that keeps getting blacklisted and fired. I just kind of felt that his character had really nothing to learn. There's no arc for him, he just survived the game. That's really all there is to him. Even when it comes to his family and with his family and his kids, we just, the scenes we get with them just kind of feel so more, expository. It's just not, it's not really a scene. It's just there to give you information so we can hurry up and get to the chase instead of actually developing a character. I hated the ending where we get the Coleman. They basically take Richard Dawson's, can't remember how it was in the book. I can't remember if I read the book, so I probably didn't. But Richard Dawson's character from the original movies kind of split into the two characters, Brolin and Domingo, in this movie. While Brolin is very much center frame as like the main villain, and you got Lee Pace, who's the head of the Hunters. Coleman Domingo's character is kind of just, he's not so much forgotten about, we let him go at the end, and that kind of pissed me off. I'm like, why? This guy was the voice of the show. He was responsible for getting everybody psyched up and excited and ready to murder and bloodlust. He is every fucking bit responsible for all these murders as the producers and the hunters are. Shoot the fucker. 2 stars. I was not only disappointed in this movie, I was shockingly disappointed. Even if it wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be, it had no excuse to be this bad. 2 stars, utter stinker. Skip it entirely. Don't even bother. I'm Jake. I'm saying don't look for it on streaming in 6 or 7 months. It's not worth your time. I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly.